Yes, Mo the diabolical villain coming at you with another Pimp Cup Sessions. What I'm going to talk about today is a lot of women are out of touch with reality. Whew. I came across this one female not too long ago. I met this woman in a work situation. And, I was basically just telling this female that I thought that women need to bring something to the table besides looks and sex. And I told this female I like to, do a lot of things. Sometimes I might like to go to a little strip club or go to like a little swingers club. I like to do stuff like that. And this female gonna tell me some crazy stuff. Talking about she put me into some type of friend zone situation when I wasn't even trying to get with this woman. Not just that female, but I had a lot of females say and act very delusional. I don't know what's going on with these women out here. Most of these women are very out of touch with reality and delusional at the same time. Basically the same thing almost. But I'm going to go with out of touch of reality for this one. A lot of women are living in a fantasy world, thinking that they're worth more than what they really are. And as a man, you have to come to a realization that, you have to get your stuff together. You can't be living in a fantasy world. A lot of women live in fantasy worlds. They think that they're something more than what they really are. I think there's something special when they're not. I'm trying to not, downgrade a woman or, say women aren't what they really are, but a lot of them have delusions of grandeur, this fantasy world that they living in, that they're somehow Cinderella or Snow White or somebody, one of those women out of a Disney movie. A lot of these women carry themselves thinking that they're worth more than what they really are. It's a lot of women out here like that, of all colors, all races, all ages, put themselves on a high pedestal knowing that they're really flat broke. They don't have anything to offer a man besides the way they look and sex, or the possibility of sex. And a lot of women need to get out of that. Live in reality. It's crazy how most of these women just live in delusional zones and very out of touch with reality. Don't understand how life really is. As a man, you have to, be real with yourself. You can't live in a fantasy world. As a man, you have to step up and do things that you probably don't want to do. You gotta get your ass up and get something for yourself out here. Most of these women don't have to do that. They can just stand there and attract some dude who has some money, and then, they take it from there. As a man, you can't sit around and just wait on somebody with some money. Doesn't work like that. A lot of women just sit around waiting on a man to come to them with some money, thinking they don't have to do anything, thinking they don't have to bring anything to the table, just stand there and look pretty, quote unquote. It's very delusional. I come across a lot of women like this all the time, out of touch with reality. A lot of these women have mental health problems. A lot of these women be alcoholics and drug addicts. It's a lot of things going on with these women these days. It's just crazy. But in this Pimp Cup Sessions, I'm just letting men know that a lot of these women are very out of touch with the reality. And like I said, as a man, you have to be in touch with reality real quick. Stuff has to get done. Bills got to get paid. Can't sit around chilling thinking you're going to meet some woman who going to help you pay your bills and get your stuff together. You got to get your life together on your own. A lot of these women don't understand that. And, you have to be independent as a man. Can't rely on anybody else but yourself. A lot of these women are very dependent on somebody else. And they think that's cool. It's not. And like I said earlier, a lot of these women live in fantasy worlds. I'm like, what world are you living in, woman? Especially this female I'm talking about. Thinking you're going to sit there and say stuff like that to me when I'm not trying to get with you. I'm not trying to be your boyfriend, nor am I trying to sit on the phone and be your friend. I'm not trying to do anything like that. A lot of these women be jumping the gun and with a lot of situations with men thinking that, like I said, they're worth more than what they really are. I like digging deep into women's minds, figure out what's going on inside their heads. It's very fascinating to see how far from realities women really are. It's sad. A lot of these women have mental health issues and basket cases, man. Basket cases. My God. I'm looking at my phone. This woman texting me crazy stuff. I'm looking at my phone like, who the hell does woman think she really is? Who the hell you think you are? Oh, my God. Just a female that I came in contact with in a work situation. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just a female that needs some help. And I hope she gets it, because this woman is very delusional, very out of touch with reality, and it's very dangerous for a female to be out of touch like that with reality. A lot of these women are. Men, you have to be aware of these women, because these women are very dangerous and get you in some type of trouble if you let them. You gotta put a stop to it. You gotta let these women know, hey, woman, I'm not interested in you like that. It'll be different if I was trying to get with you and, I said some things you might not like and you wanna, try to put me into some friend zone category, which I don't know why she would do that. Another thing men need to stop doing is having female friends. These women are not your friends. These women are just using you for attention and using you for somebody to talk to when they don't have anybody else. A lot of these women just like to use men for simple BS things. It's another thing. Don't let yourself be used by no female trying to be her friend. Grown men don't need female friends. You don't want to be sitting on the phone, chit-chatting, texting back and forth with a female who ain't talking about nothing. Who ain't talking about coming over to the crib and getting things going. If she ain't talking about stuff like that, you really don't need to be talking to her, man. You don't. And this is a case study for a lot of men out here for you to learn and understand these women, what's going on inside their crazy ass minds. But like I said, these women are out of touch with reality, man. So don't be a fool. As a man, you need to be in touch with full reality. You can't live in a fantasy world. And when you do come across a woman like this, just let her know, hey, baby, you got to get in touch with reality. You're delusional. You need to wake up and stop living in this fantasy world. Understand that, hey, we live in a crazy world right now, and you have to have your P's and Q's, have to have your mind ready, have to have your head on the swivel. You can't be out here delusional and confused and all the above. A lot of these women, like I said earlier, just out of touch with reality, man. They need to wake up, grow up, and see what type of world we're living in. It's hard out here. very hard. But it's been Mo, the diabolical villain, with another Pimp Cup Sessions.